Alright, we got a 99 Buick up in here. All mode doctor here. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. There you are. We got a 99 Buick, an old rag. Oil light on. Oil's full. We're going to do a service on it anyway because oil looks so dirty, but it's full. Setting a low voltage code on. Low voltage code on the oil pressure switch. We're going to connect to it real quick and pull it up again. She's old one. It's the Ultra with the supercharger. We had code on the injector too, and I noticed we got a bit of a misfire. And I think it was a circuit code on the injector. So we'll be trying to probably first pull cover and see if we see any obvious visual damage, rat damage, the usual goodies that we encounter. I mean, rats that chewable harnesses up, mice, whatever you want to call little critters, even chipmunks. They're bad chewing up harness, making a mess. So we'll have to pull that cover off, that's covering that big, powerful supercharger. And see if we see any signs of some critter activity. Take a quick peek. If I can get it off. Oh! It's going to be interesting. So I'll probably have to have my hands free for that one. We're going to pull that cover and look at the rail. I believe the code was setting on injector 3, I believe, number 3, which is on the bank towards where the oil filler is. So that's a good thing. We're going to do a little visual inspection there. We may actually scope the injector current and voltage and maybe do a resistance test too. Right now we're just going to pull codes on the engine real quick for you. Just show you what codes have set. Well, you got an injector circuit problem and misfire detected, which is more than likely cylinder 3, being we got something going with injector, and a low circuit signal low oil pressure. I don't hear any knocking in the engine to make me think that we actually do have an oil problem, oil pressure. And these sending units are famous for failing. With that code, my suspicion would be oil leaking, pulling down reference voltage, something like that, where it's leaking up around the pigtail of the connector. Would be my first guess. Don't know if we're going to have any snapshots. We'll take a quick look. No, I didn't see it. Display, there we go, freeze frame. Let's see what the freeze frame has to say. See if we got anything in freeze frame that can help us. There's our movie. Alrighty. This is our misfire. Engine was idling decent. MAF's a little high for this engine, but it is a supercharger, so I'm not positive on that one. Trims are adding a little fuel, not much, short and long. Both of them are positive. Let's check out the circuit problem, see if it's got anything there that can show me anything, but I don't expect it does. Yeah, same stuff. Short term's at 0 at this time, long term's at 16. So yeah, that injector more likely was not firing at that time. Twice I felt it pulling it in, and it's set the code, fail counter says twice, and we were in open loop, so we think that was probably a cold start when that took place. I don't see engine, there's engine currently at 105, there we go. So yes, cold start with open loop still present. Alright. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick visual inspection first. Engine oil pressure switch, I just got to figure out where that's at and see if it's leaking oil. I'm going to do a visual on that one too, because common failure. Leak. Clean up, shorten out the pins together more or less. And they're famous for it. So we'll look into that one too. We're going to do a service, and I believe the oil pressure switch is low on the engine. I'm not sure which location, left or right. I'll look for it while I've got it on the lift. Right now I'm gonna see if I can't get this filler tube released to where I can pop it off and see if we see any signs of a critter. I don't know what you guys are saying, but I think you're seeing a little. This thing's on there pretty good, so it's probably going to be tough. Plastic, so I'm going to have to be somewhat gentle. Can't put too much stress on it. Just won't put too much stress on it. Just won't put a little pressure on it. Hopefully get a decent angle. I'm not causing a plastic issue. But my hands just ain't what they used to be, so I can't get much pressure. Maybe this tool will help me out here and get the leverage I need. Of course, it's just crumbling and not doing anything. We're going to try something else. It's going to be interesting. Me and my old ass just can't quite get any leverage anymore. Oh! It went. I got lucky. Didn't think she was going to cooperate though. Get this up. We'll put a little visual inspection. We'll see if we see any signs of somebody having a living quarters. You can see it. Doesn't look like it. We may actually have an injector down itself. I haven't looked at my firing order yet, but I expect it to be on this side. Not seeing any visible damage on the harness here. Problem is, this is that one that has the PCM located in there, and a real good possibility somebody decides to move inside it and take up home. So I don't see anything happening here. Next step, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab a current pattern, and maybe that injector's voltage after I approve this number 3, like I'm suspecting, odd on this side, even on the other. We'll verify that here in a second. It should be located on the scan tool. Then my next move, I guess, will be do a visual inspection, pull off the cover of the filter, inspect the computer, and see if I see any harness damage there. I'm not seeing any obvious harness damage around the intake where they normally seem to take up quarters and call it home. So we'll keep on looking here. Hoping you guys are getting a decent view. Yeah, you're getting a pretty decent view. We'll leave you set there recording while I look and see where my cylinders are. Check it real quick. Hello?
Hi, I'm gonna need you to fix something for me when I get there.
Fix what?
The head rest.
It won't stay up?
It won't go in.
Won't go in. Well, I'll have to take a look at it, but it's something you definitely want to take back to them to get them fixed, because you got 30 days.
No, that and the plastic on the side. So.
Something they already made you. Something they
I
already.
don't know if it was like that when I bought it.
Something they already made you aware of.
No.
Well, I still call them on it. Need to fix this. Being asked. Now that you're in it. Yeah, I'll call them on it. Alright. I'm out here, but I obviously can't work on it while I'm 1 o'clock myself.
I know.
But I can take a quick peek at it for you.
Or at least get the head thing down.
And like I said, I can take a quick peek at it and see what I see.
I bought a steering wheel cover.
I hate steering wheel covers.
I bought a seat set for the front.
I hate steering wheel covers. I hate them.
It ain't steering wheel cover.
Well, that's what you just said you bought.
That's like seat cover. covers.
Oh, seat cover. You told me, well, Jennifer told me you bought a steering wheel cover. Oh, you talked to her?
I did.
I hate steering wheel covers.
Why?
They suck.
I like it. It's smart choice.
I hate them. I'm glad you got it in your car. It's good for you.
I had to step it up a little bit. I just got it.
Alright, well, let me get off here.
Alright, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Thanks.
Well, there's a fuse in the junction box. Hopefully it's labeled. They don't give me a fuse number on the wiring diagram. This is my daughter just on the phone. She got herself into a car. So she's a happy little camper. Number 12 is our fuse. It'll be this hidden one here. Is it 10 amp, 12, 10 amp, yes. So I should be able to get it out, tie in there, do a loop there. And get me a sink real quick. Maybe I can turn on the injector. Voltage and voltage at the injector itself. Well, controls that you want to look at, not voltage. But also I may want to look at voltage at the injector. Just to see it. I have some comments. But clearly that injector, the set circuit codes. I haven't looked at the misfires. Let's take a look and see if we've got any history. I believe the switch is still on. Good data. Misfire data. See if we've got history on 3 or is it just counting P3 on P03 on. See on 2, yeah, 3's got all kinds of misfires. 3's got 1,173 misfires. So that's more likely our culprit. I'll let you guys see the screen. Cylinder 3, and due to we're setting the injector circuit code, we're going to take a quick look. There's cylinder 3. Hope you guys can see that good. Take a look. Yeah, you see 10,173 misfires counted in the history. So we're going to set up to take a look at the current on this. We'll try to move you guys to get a look at the scope. Then we're going to do current. We're going to do voltage. And then we'll probably actually measure voltage over here too to see if it's dropping at the fuse and also do the same at the injector. Then of course, if we see obvious failures, we'll do since it's a circuit code, we're going to do a resistance test too. These injectors, I don't think they're a common failure because they're not the old big round ones. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, this looks like different styles. I don't think they're not prone to failure like the older models were. These are my fault. And of course, when we do the service, we'll inspect that. Here's our fuse. We're using a loop, current loop. That way we can measure this injector's current, or all the injector's current, because they're all tied into the same supply. Then I'm going to sync on the voltage or control. Uh-oh. We got problems using them. I have to get my old one. Got an air crowd. We got to use some kind of loop. Loop in it. Well, I'm getting Unfortunately, the relays are making it too tight for me to use a simple loop. Can't have everything. So we gotta get a little more creative. Get a decent measurement on the injectors. Still gonna be able to see the current, and we'll still be able to get a voltage measurement too, if we want to, at the tips there. Kind of aggravating, but we got it. All we gotta do is tie into there, and we got it. I still need to verify self-3. That's one thing I need to do. Didn't see it identified in the scan tool, so I'm going to see my wire there. The only common specs on the initial, they should have a fire mode for 38. On the fire mode by spec of that thing would be odd cylinders. Then right bank should be even. And 3 should be on the left there. What all the time scope. Initial fire mode is got the full pack too. A lot of times people load that, so they need it quick. This one still got the numbers on it though, so we didn't have to worry about it. The cylinder 3 is on the left bank. This is on the left. I actually want to start using the Maximus Maco 4.0 scope a little more often, but the setup time on the ATS is just so quick, it's ridiculous. Now time to get the other codes set up and doing what you want to capture. This way I can capture how I can jump over ignition I want to. It's so simple. This code is too simple for you to ask me. And not want to grab it first. My favorite scope by far. That one's okay. The other scope, Mac, is slightly better than the Snap-on in my opinion. It does have an excellent sample rate, but with the engine there's not much here to be concerned about a sample rate. Scoping the network, I might reach out and pull out the faster sample rate, but I've done this one on networks too. It doesn't do as bad. I don't mind using it. It usually gives me enough info to build up what I'm looking for to solve the problem. A lot of other people be wanting to go with a lot higher sample rate. It's not always needed. It's nice to have, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I love having the fact that I've got a 1 gig sample scope, you know. The amount of time involved in setting up compared to this one, and the fact that I've got 8 channels here that I can grab and use if I wish. It's hard to touch. It's hard for anybody to compete without me, I think. And the software that's on the ATS to be able to actually label my firing orders so I can see the injectors that are firing. I'll get a lot more elaborate in the measurements. That's hard to compete with. Using 3 channels. I'll put the red on my injector's control, and I'm going to stick the green on voltage. We start with voltage at the fuse. That way I'm actually seeing if there's any weird thing going on pulling down the voltage. I'll see that in the current too, of course. Alright, hold that on there, we'll see it. We'll put a clamp in there. We'll see our current. We still got to get a pro to get on the control side of that tractor. Curly. Light two so I can identify exactly what size the there's my light. Alright, hopefully my audio is halfway decent. We'll turn scope on. We gotta get ready to boot up. I'm running Windows 11 now. Wasn't because I wanted to. For some reason I clicked something and caused it to actually update. Looks like my control side is here. You'll have one wire that's always the same color when you've got them. One supply current, you'll usually find one wire is all the same on injectors and the other wire is actually your control. Oops, didn't do that. There we go. Facial recognition. Come on. There we go. Come on. What did I do? Give it a second. For some reason I punched the button when I shouldn't have. There we go. Go to face again, see if it does. Doesn't seem like it's wanted, so we'll go old-fashioned way. Alright, now we're in the scope. We'll turn the scope on. We're going to be monitoring the injector's current for all the injectors. Voltage, control voltage at the fuse, and control at our suspect injector. Come on. Are you coming? Not yet. There we go, finish booting up. Ground it. Amp clamp. Set to 0. Here we go. Amp clamp is on. 20 amp side. Got 4 channels. And our amp clamp is on the yellow channel. We got to set it up for 20 amp and 0. There we go. Now we're ready to start and get a capture and see what we've got going on. And I noticed the misfire was kind of also present with the load, which would start thinking an ignition system failure, but all of them counts. No, being this battery was dead when this thing was brought to me. I got 1,000 counts that fast and setting the circuit there. We'll look in the instrument. We're clearly missing right now. Let's get a capture. Window second. Unfortunately, we do not have an injector firing at all, it looks like, on that one. And I see a missing current ramp for the injector. As you can see, oops, I'm looking at myself there, folks. We have no current being pulled down. Let me go ahead and focus on the red. cleanly. And you see that injection is not firing at all. Unfortunately, we need to the next injection. Consumer 5, I believe. Maybe this one's domestic. Go meter, you got a meter on this stove. Yes. Fully connected, same as voted. And I'm on control side. We'll switch to the other side, we get the approved. Now we got a faulty injector. Now there we go. You see, I'm gonna go to control side. And this other injector, one that's really easy to get to. There yet. We're not in there. Alright, now we're connected. Now we'll be able to look at another capture and you're going to see injector 1 firing. I'm not sure about this firing order, but I think I got it saved over there. We'll go ahead and start a fast capture. And the blank current lamp is our bad injection, damaged circuit. One thing I want to look at is current being pulled. There's number 1. There's a firing order. We'll take a quick look. Firing order is 165432. So we'll plot our firing order here. One of the things I love about this scope, makes it so simple. Makes it so simple to do this. Makes it not even funny. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead, we got a firing order to 6 cylinders. We're going to get closer. And make it a turn on. And turn on. And we're going to mark the firing order itself, and you're going to see cylinder 3 is not firing at all. 165432. There's our firing order. Let's see on the ATS, all elaborate tools that Bernie has added to this thing. 165432. There it is, number 3. Number 3 is missing. His tool, he's excellent at designing these tools. We have no fire there. I've got voltage on both sides. I'm setting a circuit code. I got voltage on both sides, I'm setting a circuit code. So the first possibility is I have an open on the control wire. Your computer is wanting to see that voltage on the other side. Because the voltage to flow through the injector, you'll see 12 volts either side or 14 volts. The computer does the driver's side, which pulls it down. And you're not seeing that one being controlled. So we've got an open wire on cylinder 3. Is what we got. Right now I don't see any control of that injector, so there's no sense in me. And I'm not seeing any, I'm seeing a little high amperage, but my amperage is measuring at 0. Starting at 0, it fires, and it goes up a little higher than I expect, 1.1, 1.2. I thought that'd be a little high for these injectors. But that is what you got. It's a good little sign that we got an injector, and I'm setting a circuit code. Setting a circuit code always makes me think open. We got an open wire. And that's what I suspect I'm gonna find. I got an open wire, probably in the duct, like I was talking about earlier, or in the air filter box where they hide this computer. If not, this thing's got a driver out on the ECM. I'll be doing a continuity test across the wire, back to there. If it's good, we got a faulty driver. Computer can't pull it down. All the other injectors is firing fine. All right, Hope you guys enjoyed it. I might record some more as we get a little deeper into this. You know, hopefully I made a video that's halfway decent. I'll probably chop it up and butcher it so everybody's not seeing my ugly face and everything else. On further investigation, and you can see my resistance is going down now on this injector. It's still up there, 16 kilo ohms. It's ridiculous. We seen that we took a noise light, plugged it in, seen we liked the noise. So we revisited our capture and looked at our current pattern. We see there's still no current ramp. Our voltage pattern, though, is showing we got a voltage drop, which is saying, yes, control was present, but no current. So we did a resistance test, and we're hitting 15 kilo ohms. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to another one and verify a good one is firing. It's just, I expect to be 12 to 14 ohms, somewhere in that vicinity, not 16 kilo ohms. So we're going to get over there and try to get on it and get us a measurement on a good one. While the engine's hot, it should be slightly higher. Yeah, 14 ohms. So we have a bad injector, and we couldn't pull current, which is odd. You know, I had voltage on both sides of the injector, which was really throwing me off. Usually when I got an injector that's doing something like this, I don't see voltage on the control side. I'll just see my control. I'll see ground come up out of nowhere, cause a little spike in the signal. But I wasn't seeing that, which was pretty interesting. So I'd share that with everybody. Try to get everywhere you can see it. This is the voltage at the fuse. This is cylinder 3, and it's showing a drop just like all the other cylinders. Now we'll go to the current at cylinder 3. Oops. And you can see it's not pulling any current. That injector is not opening, it's not doing anything. And of course, resistance check is just, I'm surprised I'm seeing 12 volts on the other side, but I am. That higher resistance, I should have a little bit of voltage drop, but I didn't, which is odd, but hey, it's all part of it. But we know control was present. Driver was lighting the noise light fairly well, not like I'd expect, a little brighter is what I expect. I'm gonna do a restart and throw the noise light. I'll do a noise light check and show you guys the difference in those. See if we got any difference. There's gonna be 2 cylinders missing now when I do this restart. I'll go ahead and start it and bring you guys along and look, see if you see any noise light difference. My thinking right now is that the driver's okay. We got 2 misfires going on now. Of course, try to get you guys in here where you can see it. Hopefully we're getting decent look. See, that's about the same. There's number 1. Number 3. Resistance values were ridiculous, and there was our problem. Good injector is 14 ohms. The air injector cooled down a little. It went down to 2 kilo ohms. I think it was all the way up around 16 kilo ohms when I measured it the first time. Which kind of threw me off. I was glancing at it. I was thinking 14, 16 ohms, but no, it's kilo ohms. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. But we need an injector. That's where this car has in the oil filling unit.